Generic greetings and welcome to Model Builder. Today's beverage is a very nice relaxing cup of chamomile tea, very nice indeed, although that isn't overly relaxing. I really don't trust the way that fan is moving. Anyway, welcome to the game. This should not really require much of an introduction. This is a game about building models, and wow, this person's hobby bench is well stocked. We have some sort of rotating table there, we've got a hot glue gun, loads of tools on this pegboard, a nice cutting mat, and that is a DeMilt air gun of some description. Lots of storage for varying brands of paint, different brushes, and a nice paint station, airbrush. Yeah, so it's a simulation of building and painting and detailing models, some of which you can buy for your own personal sort of pleasure and hobby, or you also get commissions as well. And there's our photo booth, and yeah, that requires some more work. I really didn't do as much on the dry brushing as I really wanted to do. So as someone that's been around the sort of model building, well, more wargaming hobby for decades, I thought I'd check this one out, and well, I've done so for about 45 minutes, so still a first impressions here, but first impressions is it's a chill game about yeah, just building models and such. So let's just have a quick look at the current model on the bench here. This is a commission for a type 7C-41 U-boat. So that is the model that we have. This is by Royal Plastics. So we're going to get our hobby knife and take off the cellophane, and then let's see what this is like. So this is one of the models that come with the game. There are also lots of DLC to pick up as well if you wanted to get other models. I don't know whether there's any other DLC planned or anything like that, but we'll see. Let's just have a look at this one. So this is the U-boat here. So on the right hand side we have the model that we are building. So this is the final product. This is what we want to basically end up with. Lots of parts listed on the right hand side. So we've got like deck guns, we've got side panels. I like that they're actually named as well. So that's like a C3-E23... So if there's any bits missing in the box, we can contact the manufacturer and get hold of the replacements there. And there's a grid on here to show scale, different tools as well. So you've got assembly tools, you've got your painting, you've got your airbrushing, and also your detailing as well. But we're going to go to assembly, and well, let's just follow this through. So we need to get the two parts here, which is A1 and B2, and we can either click on this to bring it in. So there is the plastic. In this particular case, we don't have to remove it from the mold. We don't have to take it off the sprue and shave anything down. We just have to sort of bring it in, and then well, we'll clamshell those together there. We don't have to worry about the gluing or filling of seams. It just goes on there. It is obviously an analog for this sort of thing. You're not there with a hobby knife like trying to just file these bits down and then having to fill it with filler or whatever just to get rid of the errors in the mold perhaps. Anyway, over to the next page. We need to put on the top and bottom bits. I don't know what that is, but I guess we can click on that, and let's just bring this over. So it's that section which goes on the bottom. That is the keel essentially, and then there's this top bit as well, and then there we go. If you had this rotate the wrong way, it will not allow you to place it. You have to make sure you can actually look at that one. Let's just have a quick zoom in, and wow, look at the detail there. Very, very decent amount of detail. You see also these as well. Sort of guards on the right hand side, those are going to snap off at the drop of a hat. Let's go to the next page. We have a line at the top to indicate what the deal is when it comes to completion. So when it's green, fully green, we know we are done. Over to the next page, we've got okay, so we need to assemble these parts separately. So I'm going to bring this part over to the bench, and what happens is we basically move the other one to our storage, and there is the housing for, looks to be and is it an anti-aircraft gun? Yep, that'll go on there. Although I guess you could use it against light shipping. Maybe that's what it's for. Or baking potatoes. I don't really know too much about, gunnery systems. That can go in here. That is another gun. Yep, two-person crew as well. Guard on the front there. Alright, so this is just assembling it at the moment, and we need to put that on the sort of top bit here, so we'll bring that over. Wow, that's really detailed. I really like that. We've got the conning tower, we got the periscope. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Would it be radar? I don't know. I don't think so. Do they even have it on a 7C. More observation equipment. Radio. Different hatches. Yeah. Alright, back to that gun. And that one. Wow. And then I'm guessing that just goes on the top of this one. So we'll bring that in. That's the thing, we were working at a hyper scale. It was like zoomed in right here, and you actually realised, no, that's yeah, it's actually a very small piece. So we now get onto the painting. So the way you can do this is we need to base coat this. So let's go for base coating, and well, job done. It's just applied the base coat, right? Sometimes you have to do 2 out of 10 literally unplayable. I thought it was going to rattle when we shook the can. Sometimes you have to paint each individual section, well, individually, but in this particular case, not so much. So we need to put on, yeah, we need to paint on this bit. Okay, so where are we going to paint this? It says paint it on, hang on, we can use the side bit, so rotate it round. There we go, and we want to go and paint what we're painting on it. So paint, apply air superiority blue on part B002, which is not this one. This one. On this bit here. Okay. Zoom in a bit. I'm hoping I don't get... Oh no! He's messed it up. I've got it over the anchor. All right, let's just paint this on. Thin coats, thin coats. Oh, I'll just paint back over the anchor later on. We'll be fine. You can get other tools as well, like masking and such. So you can mask over things. I have obviously not done that in this particular case because the game hasn't told me to do that. And we need to do the other side. Yep, this time we've got no anchor to deal with. You may notice as well that as soon as you do a tiny bit of painting, it actually is classed as done. So we get this green line. So that's where you can just go, yep, I'm done, it's fine, and just leave it. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. And over there, I mean, I haven't looked. Oh, right, yeah. Let's do this. Oh, he's went over the lines. Darn it. Okay. Let's say some masking is in order. Oh god, that looks so bad. It's like my first submarine painting job here. And well, oh good grief! I know it's a commission, but that's bad. That's all kinds of bad. Is that completed? Yes, it is. Okay, so we just need to put the decoration on now. Apply the decal. So this is on that side. And where does it want to be? There? She says apply the decal. So where would be the best place for it? I think down here is where it's going to go. Looks nice there. Another decal on the front. U324. She'll go there. I'm guessing the same thing's going to happen on the other side. So we'll rotate it round. U234. 324. And another one here. And that should be it completed. Let's finish the project. That is not my best work. It looks better in that picture than it looks in other ones. Alright, so that is one of the models done. That was okay, and because it's a commission we don't get to keep the model, I don't think, so that's a shame. Let's just go to the laptop and we'll see if there's any other jobs coming in. Collect the reward from that. So cash reward is 100 generic units of currency, experience 100 as well. Or you a favour, and that's priceless. So we've got another model builder here. Assemble and paint the C64 Warcrawler model. And this is a It's a filmmaker from Hollywood, and I'm going to make the greatest post-apocalyptic steampunk movie ever, but to achieve that I need your help. Right? It is a... Alright, so this is a competition. If we don't get a podium, it's 80 generic units of currency. Goes to 121 for third place, 160 for second place, and 200 for first place. Experience is 250. Yes, let's accept that. Job done. And we will see what this thing is like. So, open the shop app. My mistake. Sorry, following the top right there. So, shop app. And we need, apparently, sprue cutters. So we're actually going to have to cut it off the sprue. Which I've done that previously, I thought, anyway. Oh, actually, we use a trimmer. Oh, there's that. So this is a C64 Warcrawler steampunk tank. I love the box art. And the detail in the box there. So, that'll come out. That's what we're aiming for. I'm seeing a lot of brass and bronze and those sort of colours. So, that's what we need to go with. Let's assemble this thing. It's asking us to assemble that, but if I bring the sprue out, there's the sprue. It's got all of these tank bits, but it is still, sadly, attached. So we're not using clippers, we are just using this knife. So we'll take it off the sprue. We don't have to clean up mold lines or anything, which is fine for me. Most of the time, when it comes to model building, whether it be fantasy stuff, sci-fi, or even historical wargaming stuff, the building and especially painting side of the hobby was always a means to an end. It was to get stuff on the table. One-off models I've always enjoyed because you can spend as much time, but you really want to paint 80 Winter War Finnish soldiers in the same colour scheme. Not so much. Recent projects have been a bit more chill, and I've been enjoying doing it. There we go. Grey Knights, if those are interested. 40k. Okay, so we're going to paint this over to the painting station, and, well, that, and that. And this one, all of these sections. So you can paint over it, and the game will allow you to continue. So as long as we get the basics, it's fine. So in order to, air quotes, win at this, we just need to follow the instructions and do the very bare bones. But naturally, the whole point of the game is to try and make something that's very, like, stand out. I'm trying to get... It's asking me to do those sections, which I've done. So, is that bit there? Ah, yes, the one in the middle. Okay, fair enough. Love the reflections in it. And now... Oh. So this is dry brushing tool. So, we want to dry brush pretty much all of these sections here. So, you see that we're basically doing some dry brushing. Or edge highlighting. And if we stop there, it would be fine. But you can continue. You can highlight it even more. So that's one of the really good things with the game, is that you can just do the bare minimum and pass it on. But if you like it a lot more vibrant, then you can do that. You can spend time, like, just say, right, I want it as, overexposed as possible. Like that's too much dry brushing for my taste on this model. But then, there we go, we're just going to do just, like, say, subtle bits. Like that. That's about right for me. There you go. Luckily, you can't... We can't really go overboard on this. Obviously, there's loads of settings as well. You can change the size of the brush, rotation, the different tips, and the dry brush colour. It's just automatically accepted at this stage. I'm going to increase the size of this. I don't really like how harsh that would be. Oh no, let's take that down a bit. That's better. That's better for this central section. Prefer that. Let's get some dry brushing going on there. work my way around it. Can always come back. You can always add more. Can't take off. Well, you can. You just have to repaint the thing. Where's washes and contrast paints to the rescue? There we go. I have no problem being a lazy hobbyist using cheating techniques, I've heard some people call them. Yeah, no problem. You do you, but I'm totally fine using that sort of quick method. I'm not too sure of that. I don't know if you're seeing what's going on there. We're getting like these weird lines there. I think just part of the model, really. It's letting us continue, even though we've not done all that's required. But I think we are going to spend a bit more time just making sure we get the most of it. Or rather, I'm making sure I get what I think is all of it. There we go. I'm going to reduce the size down and increase the capacity back. The opacity back up a bit. Maybe not actually on that one. I think that's about right. You can see the one I've overexposed there. I guess I could go back. Can I go back and redo that? Yes, I can, but it would just undo that one. Okay. So we're not going to do that, obviously. We're not going to do that. Like I said, I think there's masking that you can get, and there is like a safe option, I think. Anyway, that's that done. This one's highlighted. Put a bit more on there. Those are done. Those are done. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I think that's about right for that part. Okay, let's go to the next section. We've got... so this is a decal. So this is something I'm not a big fan of. It's rotated like this, and if you were to place it there at an angle, it would be... Well, actually, in this example, it would be perfectly fine because it's round. But the way to do it is to basically hold shift, and you can basically rotate the part around like that. So that'll basically set it to a particular angle, and then you can just sort of slide it around, and that goes on there. Nice transfer, that. Although the transfer looks a lot more detailed there than it does on the model, but we'll let that slide. The details for these are going to be a bit easy to apply. It's all alright. I think that's in. Yeah. But there, if I put that on there, no, that'll be wrong. See that? It would be like rotated round. Okay, so I'll do that. Then I'll slide down and around. That's good enough. I am fighting the controls a bit here though. I think those are all in. Nope. Now I think it's all in. Yeah. Yep, that seems to be in. Alright, good. And now... Oh, hang on. I've done that side. And I've done that side. It's the same decals. Right, okay, fine. To the guns then. So we need to paint guns that we currently haven't got. So let's bring this out. So this is the gun. So we'll put that on. And then we've got like a... What colour does it say? It's brass. It's AK11194. These are the only colours I've got. You've got standard colour, metallics, inks, intense colour, pastels, glowing, luminescent, and radioactive. What, like... Okay, like radium. Alright. So once again, more dry brushing. Size is going to be maxed out. Opacity will half. hit all of the edges here. Around near the breech. Yeah. And all of these bits. Don't really like doing the barrel. Some of the edges I think are a bit too strong. But I'm not going to lose much sleep over it. Maybe an hour or two. Yeah, there we go. We're just picking out some of the bits on the front here. That's nice. Goes from a quite flat model to something that's popping just a little bit. And obviously you might want to make it more cartoony, you might want to leave it. That's the advantage, that you can just do it how you want. Alright. I think that's alright for my liking. So, more decals. It's putting them where? Is it there? Yes, it is. And we can do just one. But I can put that there, I can start placing them everywhere. That's the whole point. We can... It's asking us to do the bare minimum, but we can do whatever we want. Here's another gun, and it looked fairly large. So that can be that colour. That can be that colour. Well, probably some highlighting again. Airbrushing this time. Okay. So what's it wanting to airbrush? Interesting. Interesting. I don't know why it's asking us to airbrush that. Don't know what details we're supposed to be airbrushing. Is wanting us to pick highlights with that? And we can probably put a little a little smiley face on it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, the eyebrows make a gun. Job done. Alright, next page. Oh, darn it. That's what it's wanting us to do. So hang on. I don't know what it was telling us there. Hang on. So that's what it's telling us to airbrush these. Very strange. Okay. So it's wanting us to just put like lines across here. Well, I can do that, but definitely need to reduce the size. I mean, we've already done it now, but I mean, we might as well sort of follow up what it's asking for. Oh, this is really difficult to do with a mouse. I wonder if you could use drawing tablets for this. I wonder if their peripherals are supported. And I don't know if we've got our floor wrong as well, because it's going very speckly. Spray along there. Well, we'll see what we can. See what we can do. Yeah, very sort of fragmented that. Redo some of that. And on the edge here, you can't really see anything, but I don't even think it wants us to do that bit, but we'll do it anyway. I've always been of the opinion that you should always try these things. Always try to improve the model, make it better. But I know that I can't draw faces, I can't paint faces, I can't paint eyes. So I very rarely try to do any detail on those things. It will be for like a flesh tone and a wash, or an ink of some kind. Maybe pick out the whites of the eyes or something. But actually putting in teeth and stuff like that, not for me. So what? It's wanting to just put some bits on this, is it? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so now it's wanting us to do what? Ah, paint the rivets. Alright, I can paint rivets. It's actually doing anything. Ah, it is. Okay, so let's paint these rivets. Pick the detail out in the rivets. Actually does do a nice job of picking that out. Yeah, it's okay, that. Don't mind spending a bit of time doing that. I don't know if we're going to win first prize with the horrible smiley face on the front. Hopefully the judge has a sense of humour. To be fair, the director that's commissioned this for their steampunk... it was a steampunk... Oh, darn, I'm getting some more of a... Yeah. A bit more detail there. The steampunk sci-fi post-apocalyptic thing that they've got going on. They didn't say it can't have a sense of humour. And we've got artistic license. And then, what I want us to like just pick out some details on the barrel there. I mean, that makes perfect sense. I actually like the details. Picked out some details there. Just a little bit back there. This is dry brushing, but we sort of not really dry. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, that's the overspray of the airbrush. Oh no. So yes, the game does simulate mess ups. All right, fine. Okay, decal to go on. Let's just go for that and eyeball it. About there. Job done. Next, the boiler. So boiler comes in, and I'm not going to spend too much time on all of this because we've obviously spent a bit doing the rest of it. Assembly now. So this one we don't have to do any details whatsoever. Seems rude not to put some details on it. There you go. I'll tell you what, put a little... You can wrap it. Or you can flat. Or you can wrap. And then you got your safety as well. Yeah. Right, just because we can. We know that's going to be a bit different from other people's models. Cool. So, assembly. We have to bring in this thing. And we want the gun. I created a thing. It wasn't very good. Boiler on the back. Gun on the side. Don't know how you operate that. It doesn't seem to have much traversal. Oh no, there is a gear there, so you can traverse. Right, so just the railings now. See, what you can do is it's asking us to paint the railing, but I can place the railing still, and then paint it, and then the next part is basically put ladders on and such. Yeah, so it's asking us to paint the ladders first and then put them on. I'm actually doing it the other way around. So part of these steps, yeah, are completed. They're already completed. Because obviously we've already painted them. What on earth? Bring that back. There we go. So, we want that on the side. Yep, that glues on. Just need to get the colours right. So that is that. That is that one for the rungs of the ladder. They are there. And then it's all the legs. So we can probably assemble the legs. Yeah, we can put the legs on first. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've got these roundish feet. And, oh, a lot of this is going to be painted. Now, I probably would assemble this separately in real life, to be honest. And then the gears. Ooh, I thought, oh, darn it. There we go. And I think that's the last bit there. Yeah. Asking us to paint. Ah! Now, I was going to comment on that. Not those bits, actually, but when I was at this side, I noticed that we had the connections there, but that little bit there is not painted. So we could, if we want to, get the paintbrush out and not just dump a load of colour on it, but, well, we just don't need to do that. Was that exactly what it's asking us to do? No, we're doing some dry brushing. Just increase the size. Just pick out the detail in that. It's looking nice. I'm guessing it's asking us to do underneath as well at some point, so we'll pick out the detail while we're here on each leg. Just rotate it around here. Just give it a dry brush. Fling it round. And zoom in. There's some sort of entrance / escape hatch on the bottom there. We're doing some long distance dry brushing here. And then that one. I think I actually will do the outside first. Oh, and the feet as well. Right, well, I've already done these under bits. So we'll do that. And that. And in there as well, because I've missed bits, like that one. That one, and that one a bit more. And then how we're going to do this, we'll have to just pick what we can. I'll work from this angle first. Then alter the angle a bit. I mean, most of this won't even be seen when it's standing. There's always that argument as well, isn't there, about do you paint it to tabletop standard, gaming standard, or like there's other, you know, like presentation standard and etc. I mean, again, people have different priorities and different skill sets and time and money, so if you want to rock up with the undercoated black and we're all fighting in the dark, that's fine with me, as long as models are going on table. Alright, that's technically 100% complete. C64 Warcrawler Steampunk Tank Finish Project. Yes, I'm finished working on that job. Nice. That is a 5 stars, perfect job. And the achievement is he has an 80-foot tarantula. Wild Wild West reference. Even though that had, you know, more legs. And there we go. That's that model done. Let's have a quick look at the laptop and see where we came in the prize. Second place. Second place. Again, I think it was the smiley face that really did it for us. Yeah. Yeah. Second place. Collect rewards. Fair enough. Open to online auction. Focus on models and miniatures. Called auction now. Apparently. Yeah. And we can purchase a model kit. So there's some of the kits. Oh, Saturn V. There's the submarine. An R-35 tank. The RMS Iceberg. Right, that's the Titanic. I've done the Wasteland Drifter and the Spitfire. Although the Spitfire, strangely, it's got no paint on it. I definitely painted it, and then upon loading, it's got no paint on it. And I don't know if that's an isolated incident or not. But yeah, what other jobs could we accept? There's several of them, jobs. They're just hobby bits. You've got different clerics, and there's loads of stuff for, like, this is DLC, as you can see. Frostpunks, and you've got Cyberpunk and the Witcher stuff in there. Requires level 9. Realistically, yeah, you've got King Tiger as well, would be cool. The the Warthogs Express. Yeah. Hogwarts Express, obviously. Lots of miniatures to do as well. Either way, I'm going to leave that for now. That's a bit of model builder. It's chill, and I think it fairly represents parts of the hobby. And if you're away, or on a laptop, or You know, whatever the reason why you can't physically do this, but you want to scratch that itch somehow, maybe this is a game that will do that for you. There's lots of upgrades you can get. As I said, there's a lot of DLC. I would like to think workshop support is a thing, or at least at the time recording, I didn't see it. But if that changes, I will update. We'll update the description or whatever. But yeah, hopefully it's been a fairly chill one for you, and hope you enjoyed looking at. Ooh, the butterflies, nice. Looking at the steampunk walker thing, and my horribly painted dragon that I really need to ink a bit better and do some more detailing here. And yeah, we could probably analyse that all day. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed. And if nothing else, have a bit of a chill out to a bit of model builder. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, comments in the comments, and generic partings.